And the 70 sisters. Jesus, that's so bad.
If you've been anywhere near the internet lately, you'd think Taylor Swift is about to buy the NFL, rebrand it Taylor's version, and start handing out friendship bracelets instead of penalty flags. Between her globe-trotting Eras Tour and those ultra-viral VIP box seats at Kansas City Chiefs games, the girl's practically the face of the league now. But let's get one thing straight. No matter how many times she hugs Mama Kelce, or how many times Travis grins like he won the Super Bowl and a Grammy in the same week, America's team is still riding high with their star-studded boots deep in Texas turf, the Dallas Cowboys. Insiders are laughing at the idea that a couple of PDA-filled touchdowns could dethrone the OGs of NFL fame. Like, please. The Cowboys didn't get their crown from TikTok likes or viral sideline smooches. Their America's team title goes all the way back to the 70s, when disco was king, shoulder pads were deadly, and NFL Films was handing out nicknames like candy. Even though the Cowboys lost the Super Bowl back then, their swagger, their shine, and their cross-country fan base made them legends. Coach Tom Landry wasn't even a fan of the nickname. Dude thought it painted a big fat target on their backs. But did they back down? Nope. They leaned into it like it was their destiny. Super Bowls, primetime slots, and a fan base that treats game day like a national holiday. That's not just hype, that's heritage. Fast forward to Thanksgiving 2024. 38.8 million people tuned in to watch the Cowboys vs. Giants game like it was the Super Bowl and the finale of The Bachelor rolled into one. That's not a fluke, that's generational power. Their merch still sells like hotcakes, and they don't even need a celebrity situationship to make headlines. Sure, the Chiefs are on fire, Mahomes is a beast, Andy Reid is cooking, and Swifties are now learning the difference between a tight end and a touchdown. But even with all that heat, they're not bumping the Cowboys off their throne. But the clues are there, and the clock may already be ticking. Emphasis on may, because if you thought Travis was dropping to one knee anytime soon, you might want to take a seat and sip some iced tea. Apparently this 4th of July wasn't filled with fireworks and surprise proposals, but more like quiet vibes, 0 Rhode Island mansion ragers, and possibly Taylor in sweats binge-watching documentaries about copyright law. Yep, she decided to press pause on the usual celeb pack chaos and go full incognito this year, and the Swifties spiraling hard. Word on the street is that Taylor's been craving a break after her Eras Tour nearly broke the planet, and now she's in her low-key era. Naps, noodles, and Kelce cuddles. But insiders are buzzing louder than a stadium crowd that a ring is probably coming, just not yet. Kelce's apparently holding off until he's done chasing touchdowns and doesn't have to worry about proposing in between blitzes and press conferences. Makes sense, really. Who wants their engagement photos photobombed by Mahomes? But just as Taylor was trying to embrace her soft girl summer, boom! Drama hit harder than a linebacker. A nasty legal feud involving Blake Lively suddenly went public and ugly. And let's just say it ended friendships, wrecked group chats, and turned Swift into the unwitting star of legal docs no one asked for. Between subpoenas flying like confetti and leaked texts spilling tea all over the internet, Taylor's dream of a chill year turned into courtroom chic real quick. And as if that wasn't enough, she also had to deal with a creepy stalker situation that led to a restraining order. No wonder she kept the 4th under wraps. She doesn't want drones flying over her barbecue or weirdos lurking behind the sparklers. The Fame Games looking less like glitter and more like a high-stakes survival sport lately. Still, not everything was doom and drama. On May 30th, Swift scored the ultimate boss move by finally reclaiming her master recordings in a deal reportedly worth $400 million. Insert mic drop here. That win? Huge. Not just for her bank account, but for her control over her own music, which she's been fighting for since the Scooter Braun drama first exploded like a badly timed confetti cannon. So yeah, no ring yet, but the vibes? They're cautiously optimistic. Meanwhile, over in the Kelce household, things are a little less romantic and a lot more ridiculous, because Kylie Kelce just confessed to sabotaging her husband Jason's weight loss challenge like it was a rom-com subplot gone wrong. Jason had been on this hardcore bro-bod mission, trying to drop fat and bulk up muscle for a friendly wager. Stakes were dangerously high. Whoever lost had to show up to a charity event in nothing but a Speedo and suffer the wrath of a Brazilian wax. That's not motivation, that's a threat. Now enter Kylie, casually baking cookies and buying donuts with a twinkle in her eye and chaos in her heart. She claims it wasn't sabotage, but insiders are like, "Girl, that pantry looked like a Krispy Kreme pop-up." She knew exactly what she was doing, and Jason, he never stood a chance. Apparently the guy was trying to crush burpees while his kitchen smelled like a Parisian bakery. That's war. In the end, he lost 3% body fat but didn't gain any muscle. Meanwhile, his competition, Bo Allen, leveled up like he was training for a Marvel audition, dropping fat and gaining muscle. So Jason, off to New Jersey in stars and stripes Speedo glory, ready to wax poetic and literal about defeat. And when he ripped off those American flag shorts at the charity event, iconic. The man went full Magic Mike with zero rehearsal, and Kylie cackling. She got a behind-the-scenes text of his grand reveal, which she's now mentally filing under things I can't unsee. Jason may be shedding his NFL pounds, but clearly retirement comes with its own strange playbook. Less touchdowns, more tan lines. And hey, he says these ridiculous challenges are keeping him sane, which is code for "my wife is sneakier than my opponents ever were." And now that Kylie Kelce's finished baking her way through her husband's dignity, she's apparently ready to bake her way into pro sports ownership too. Yes, Philly's getting its very own WNBA franchise in 2030, and Kylie's casually dropping hints that she might just toss her hat, okay, probably a designer baseball cap, into the investment ring. Because why not? If you can outwit an NFL vet with powdered sugar, surely you can navigate a franchise deal.
It's officially happening. Philly will become the WNBA's 18th team, and the first season is set for 2030. You would ever be interested in the Philadelphia WNBA team, but just days after I talked to her, would you ever consider coaching it?
No. You know why? Because I'd rather be an owner.
Let's do it. I'll invest right here in Philadelphia, but also to bring my girlies because they are due to be giants. Maybe at least one of them will be into basketball. That would be cool. And the 70 sisters. Jesus, that's so bad.
Insiders say the league is booming like never before. Teams popping up faster than drama in a group chat, and broadcast deals worth billions flying around like confetti. And in the middle of all that glittery chaos, Kylie, standing tall, ready to take her girl squad courtside and possibly the boardroom too. She's a proud Philly girl through and through, loves her birds, bleeds green, and is clearly already picturing her daughters towering over defenders in tiny Jordans. Now, full disclosure, she did admit there's some controversy around who's going to own this Philly WNBA squad, but she threw in the old, "Hey, if you need a female investor, call me," which in rich people speak is basically a wink and a handshake away from sealing the deal. And let's be real, who wouldn't want Kylie Kelce on the team? She's got mom of 4 energy, wife of a Super Bowl champ energy, and I will sabotage your diet while smiling energy. That's boardroom gold. She also joked that at least one of her daughters has to be into basketball, since genetically speaking, her kids are basically destined to be towering Amazons. So she's already planning matching jerseys and stadium snacks for the fam. Meanwhile, down in Buenos Aires back in November, Travis was having his own kind of sports moment, except instead of catching passes, he was missing high fives. And not just any high five. This one came from Scott Swift, aka Taylor's dad, aka the man who wore Chiefs merch in Argentina like he'd been drafted. The scene? A sold-out Eras Tour night, a stadium buzzing, and Travis looking like a smitten linebacker lost in a glitter tornado. It all went down when Taylor did the thing. She flipped the lyrics in Karma mid-performance to shout out her man. Karma is the guy on the Chiefs coming straight home to me. And everyone, including Travis, collectively gasped. The guy looked like he'd just been tackled by Cupid himself, blushing, clapping, jaw halfway to the floor. He was so caught up in this rom-com moment that when Scott Swift, standing right next to him, tried to lock in a celebratory high five, Travis whiffed it. Straight up left the man hanging, like hanging, on camera, in front of thousands of screaming fans and millions of Swifties with FBI-level screenshot skills. The dad tried to connect, hand out, smile ready, and Kelce just floated right past him like he was trying to dodge a holding penalty. Insiders say he felt real bad afterward, like next-level sheepish. It was supposed to be a bonding moment, the future son-in-law earns bonus points with dad kind of move, but instead it turned into a viral oops. But hey, who can blame them? The guy just got name-dropped in a stadium anthem. That's gotta fry your brain circuits a bit. Since then, Travis has clearly been making up for it, stepping up the couple core energy in NYC with color-coordinated fits and public date nights. But that awkward high-five miss? It's living rent-free in everyone's minds and probably on Scott Swift's list of dad moves to bring up at Thanksgiving. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.